I'm some jerk on the internet, and I come before you with an after Christmas gift of more Harvard. Yes, obviously they skipped their Thursday stream since that was Christmas Day, which I'm honestly kind of surprised at. I feel like Hovind should have or would have done something, but you know, he took the one day off. It is what it is. The one holiday off. Um, but they made up for it by having a nearly hour-long open mic, which looks like it actually was an open mic for once. The link was actually shared, so we have people calling in. I haven't watched any of it beyond the first like opening second as I loaded the page. Um, so we're just gonna see what winds up happening from this one. Don't know what to expect. It could be boring. It could be crazy. We're gonna find out. As usual, just gonna watch and see what happens. I thought I was gonna say something there, but nope. Whatever thoughts I had just went. And of course, it starts in the middle of Hovind talking because they still can't get the timing correct.
After Christmas, December 26th, 2025. Open mic tonight.
Boxing Day it is, good sir. It was Boxing Day. It's funny for that moment he had to think and double check what day it was. You notice little stuff like that when you watch enough Hovind.
Call in with any questions. We took a night off last night. I hate doing that, brother. I love doing this ministry. Excuse me. I like to get the gospel out, get the atheists all fired up. Tonight.
No, I like to get money because that's what it's all about. Money. Because if you can make people believe your falsehoods, your nonsense, they're more liable to feel indebted to you for protecting them from the mafia boss that is your pathetic deity, and they will share shekels with you with the illusion of with the idea to support the idea that you help others, which is in and of itself nothing more than an illusion. You provide no actual help beyond at points people who are in rough situations actually having food and shelter. But that to you is a means to an end. That's not the good service itself. You think the good job is lying to people about reality. And you use the food and the shelter as a potential gateway. Very, very disgusting way to operate. But that's the way virtually every shelter in the United States works. They'll always be tied to some theology, and you got to wait through some kind of sermon or something to get anything. It's absolutely fucking pathetic. Churches shouldn't exist, but if they're going to, their helping of people should be on a spiritual thing, and it should be government's role to assist people properly. Government should exist to support people. If you don't believe that, go fuck yourself.
Open mic. Evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the world. Prove me wrong. Call in.
Because that's all I'm prepared for. I barely know the fucking Bible, let alone anything actual scientific, but I built my whole career about dinosaurs, whale penises, and this, so I'm just gonna keep doing it.
There is no scientific evidence that you are related to a banana.
I'm gonna keep saying the same thing, and I always like to compare things to fruits, because that's the way we classify all life, is saying it's related to seeds. A freaking donkey up the block is related to, an ovum in some woman right now. Like, how does that work, Kent? I just made the same comparisons. Like, see how weird it sounds? It sounds that way when you do it too, man. But oh, right, you want to reduce everything to absurdities.
That's not scientific evidence. You can deduce that from other things. Well, we got DNA similarities. Maybe the same designer made them. Evolution's a
maybe, but there's obviously no evidence supporting it. Your maybes mean nothing, and that's the thing that people like you always think, is that your supposition of something just automatically makes it a valid idea to be looked into, something to be pondered. Maybe when we didn't know shit about anything, it was worthwhile to consider, but we've learned so much since then that negates so many of the principles that your assertions require, to where you're just throwing out childish ideas and saying those need equal consideration to the most substantiated working model of reality in all of science. I.e., that's the way I like to define theory, in the same way theory of operation is, and biological evolution covers the vast majority of all the nuance surrounding the nature of life in and of itself. it's kind of beautiful. That and, chemistry. You gotta have the chemistry. That's how stuff works. But yeah, I could go on and on. Coming at this with a lot of energy today. That's cool.
religion. It should not be taught in public schools, taxpayer funded schools, or taxpayer funded parks, museums, nothing. You don't want religion in the schools? You don't want the government involved in religion? Then get evolution out.
Except it's not a religion, Kent. It meets no criteria whatsoever of anything remotely that anyone would classify as a religion. You're wrong like you are with everything when you claim this. And that's the best you creationist fuckwits can try to do is weaponize founding principles of the country, such as the separation between church and state, by trying to pervert science as religion. But only the science you disagree with. A lot of people are like, well, why'd you start talking so bad about religion? But he's religious. It's like, it's not a matter of it being a religion. It's a matter of what that entails in the idea of it being taught in schools, since that's the end goal, is get actual science that shows that their fairy tale, particular flavor of fairy tales are full of shit, from being taught to people. So they're more likely to believe that garbage and thus line their pockets.
Okay, we're on a bunch of stuff. Let's see, we're on Facebook. That keeps growing. Thank you so much. On Rumble. On, let's see.
I can't wait for Facebook to kick them off because it'll happen sooner or later with some of the shit he says.
X, on our own app, kenthovind.tv, on Instagram, on TikTok, to sign up for all of them.
Every time I read it, it's like it's my first time seeing it. Also, this page is written like it was done by a fucking crazy person, because it was. I mean, seriously, the red boxes, the yellow boxes, everything just pops around everywhere. He just crams this shit together. Has to have a stupid, ugly face from 30 years ago in there. It's fucking ridiculous.
So if they take us off of one, we'll be there, okay?
Oh, yes, if they take us off of one.
Do I still need to put that up, Joseph? iOS?
Yeah, that's the app.
That's the app.
Yeah, if they're on one of those,
I have no idea what any of this shit is, but I'm going to act like I'm so in control and know everything that goes on.
they have to actually search for Kent Hovind Creation Sciences. Other than that, they can just put in Kent.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Tonight, December 26th.
Woohoo! 34-hour reset. Yeah.
We're about out of running out of 2025. If you want to get something done this year, you better hurry. Okay.
Yeah. Aaron Ra asking Hovind what a religion is was fucking hilarious. Also, that reminds me, I do need to plan and do King Crocoduck versus Hovind part 3. It's been a while since we did the first 2 parts.
Let's see. Next month starts next month. Okay. Let's see. For our gospel be hid is hid to them that are lost. They're lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. People who believe in evolution have been blinded by the devil. And we're here to help. We're going to shine the
Uh-huh. Kent, I and many others subscribe to the idea that in your favorite mythology, your god character is actually the bad guy. I need to refine my articulation of that. Especially since seeing that I'm not the only one who's really becoming vocal about this idea recently. Yeah, I really need to develop my articulate my opinion and develop a synopsis on why I feel that way, like exact everything. You know what I mean. Stumbling over my words here. I'm just choked with rage. No. Just having a normal Yamato moment. How are y'all doing? Let me know in the chat.
light. Try to straighten it out tonight. The wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness, who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Because that which may be known of God is manifest, for God showed it unto them. You guys know full well there's a God. Because when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, but neither were thankful.
Okay, can't see. This is one of the stupidest things you idiots say, is the idea that we know there's a deity, but we just pretend it isn't there. That wouldn't change whether or not it exists or not. Y'all seem to have a problem with object permanence, and you have the infantile idea that if you can't see something, it no longer exists. No, that's not how anything would operate. And of course, this always boils down to y'all just want to sin. It's like, well, one, define sin. What is it? Give me a jar of it, paint it red, as you love to say about shit like gravity. But secondly, if being a Christian is how sins are absolved, then anyone who, quote, just wants to sin would be a Christian. So there you go, Kent, which oddly supports what many people say about people like you and so many others just being horrible people, but using their theology as an excuse to get away with it. Oh, everyone's a sinner. I'm forgiven, though. You're not. It's like, okay, yeah, you keep believing that, buddy.
But became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And boy, do the atheists think they're smart. And they think you're dumb because you believe God did it. Okay, I want to get up to something else. God gave him up. He gave him up. He gave him over. Let's see. I get swamped with calls and
No, you don't. I don't think his ineptitude is faked. I think he's legitimately completely incompetent. He has a few particular skills loosely, um, that he has ridden on. Hence his obsession with the PowerPoint. Hence his obsession with things being done certain ways perpetually because he's cemented in that way. And if you go back and watch, I did a stream on his PowerPoint basics video. Um, it's just literally him fumbling around talking about what he does. It is in no way, shape, or form an actual tutorial on how to accomplish anything in PowerPoint. It's just an exhibition on how he operated, and that was 30 years ago. So,
emails and texts. I can't keep up. I try. But the best way to
well, more like 25, but still.
do it is to call and turn this show. We're doing every night. See, if I answer your question just to you personally, that helps one person maybe. But if I answer it on the show, it might help 500 or 1,000 people. Who knows? So please spread it around if you like our material. If you call in with questions, please do. I find myself answering the same question 5 times a day. So we're going to open up every night.
Oh, maybe if your dumbass audience had half a clue and actually bothered to watch your shit. But of course, I don't know why you're complaining about that, because in your streams you say the same shit day in, day out. So what's the difference?
Especially the Thursday, Friday show, but even every other show afterwards for question answer. If you have send a friend request on Facebook, I'll do my best to keep up.
And yeah, that's another thing. The serpent being bad. The serpent told the truth. It was God who lied. So right there in Genesis, he's shown to be an asshole. And again in Genesis, the Cain and Abel situation, where for some reason sacrificing the fruits and veggies that were Cain's domain is not good, but blood for the blood god. That's the hot ticket. He gets off on that. It's fucking horrible.
Joseph, I haven't even tried on that. Everybody says, I want to be a friend. I just click yes. Am I supposed to then spend the rest of my life talking to him or something? Or?
I almost want to send a friend request and just flood him with pictures of whale penises. I don't give a fuck about Facebook. I'm only there for the groups, and half the time they're all assholes. I've shown y'all some in Discord, some stuff, people in like Chernobyl related groups who want to talk shit about the RBMK reactor family, and I'm like, what are you doing here? It literally in posts showing the construction of those nuclear power plants back in the 70s and early 80s. It's like, what are you doing here, man? Obviously, this group appreciates what the Soviet Union did with their resources and with their tech at the time, that sadly spawned a reactor design that kind of had some problems, to put it lightly. But people can appreciate flawed machines for the beauty and elegance of what they tried to be. The space shuttle was horribly flawed, but find me people who actually hate it. I mean, they're out there, but you're not going to find too many. Space enthusiasts are generally going to have a soft spot for it.
I can't keep up. Gave tours today in the Jeeps. I love it. Okay, sure way to get my attention is to come visit Dinosaur Adventureland. I give several tours a day in the Jeeps. I'll be able to talk as we go. We're straight north of Pensacola miles. It'll be Town to Linux. By the way, if you want to fly in to visit us, we can.
Yeah, that's the greatest thing for me and my content, is that he's getting more and more just, as you put it, disrespectful. He's just becoming more and more just petty, and it's wonderful because it gives me so much more material to work with. Just love it.
Come pick you up in Pensacola or Mobile Airport's about the same distance. Pensacola's 65 to the airport and Mobile's 72 or something like that. Okay.
Yes, because I'd love to fly into the taint of America's Wang and then move into the bumfuck nowhere ass crack of it. No thank you. If I'm going to Florida, there's only one place I'm going to go. You all know where it is. And I'm going to be sure to give the finger to every piece of SpaceX hardware I see along the way.
I say, stay here for a couple of days. After 2 days, we put you to work. The Noah's Ark has been coming along. These are some older.
Yeah, really. What if someone refused to leave? I mean, at a point, would Kent call the cops? He didn't call the fire department when there was a fire. Does he ever call the police on people? What if you just stayed? What would they do? Any action they would take against you that would be anything forceful would still be a crime, regardless of your status as having trespassed. It's an interesting thought and not something that I want anyone to try out or test. But I just bring it up since I thought about it. Like, after 2 days, we'll put you to work. Well, what if they just don't work? What if they just keep on going? I mean, you refuse stuff, yeah, but I mean, at a point, you're gonna have to call the cops, Kent. Do you really want to call the cops to DAL? Would they ever get there? And what'd be funny is if they did call the cops at that point, when you find out, it'd just be like, okay, I'm leaving. And that's it. And then you just get trespassed from DAL. Nothing could happen since you wouldn't have committed any additional crimes, because the trespass can only really be enforced to that degree once the cops get there, to where it's like, okay, this is legally noted now get off the property. So it'd be interesting to see as just a what if. But again, I'm not suggesting anyone do that. I don't want to do that. It's just something that came up in the mind. Like, what would actually happen in that scenario?
Pictures. Boy, it's come a long way, baby, since then. Come see it. We need some carpenters to get the apartments done in there. 7 apartments going to be in there. Okay, Forrest Valkai.
Again, he just keeps on hitting the same people. Funny he hadn't had anything to talk about with Aaron Ra for a while, probably because Aaron's been focused on political discourse that goes far beyond anything Hovind can even comprehend. Plus, he probably doesn't know how to respond to any of it because he doesn't have a script written for political crap. So, yeah.
Did it again. Let me play him here.
Did it again. It's the same fucking video. What are you talking about?
He picked on my buddy Ray Comfort, Forrest.
Oh, the recent video. You getting mad. Wow. Hey, Ray Comfort's a piece of shit. I don't think he's your buddy. You think people are your buddy. I think they just placate you to get you to shut up and leave them alone.
You should know better than that.
Ray Comfort is perhaps best known for his dishonest video editing. He takes his camera out on the street.
He's best known for his dishonest videos.
Yeah, incredibly dishonest. And in this, Forrest demonstrates that. Editing techniques and manipulations that it's not that I wouldn't suspect them, but I wasn't totally aware of how overt they were because I watched very little Ray Comfort material. I don't find it enjoyable at all.
Forrest, that's what all of evolution is. It's dishonest. There is
No, you, Harvin.
no evidence for it. Why don't you call and schedule a debate, Forrest? Remember, one topic at a time, no profanity. Can you do that? I doubt it, but
I remember all my criteria, but I don't care about your criteria. I don't think they have a crop duster in Linux. I don't think they have crops. I look at it, it's a bunch of land, but I don't see anything of value growing.
come on. You're the guys that are dishonest. Forrest, you're still claiming
Literally a no you.
embryology is evidence for evolution, proven wrong in 1874. Talk about dishonest.
To ask questions of all sorts of people, and then he cherry picks the interviews that make him look the best.
I should have figured Kent would tackle this video. Because, of course, I just watched it, since it is a new video. So it's like, I get to watch this again. Which I sound like I'm complaining, and I'm really not. But the fact this view doesn't go to Forrest, that it goes to Kent. But then again, this is a means to an end to mock Kent, because he is Hovind, and he is garbage, and Ray Comfort is garbage.
Cuts out the parts where anybody gives a complex or non-affirming answer, or just changes the questions with a voiceover to make it look like nobody can possibly defend themselves against his extremely predictable one-note rhetoric. For example, in this well-known...
I mean, it's really not too atypical from some Charlie Kirk crap, excluding the editing. It's that same kind of just push, and it's hard to describe, but you know that scumminess when you're around it.
clip, Ray asked some people if they would kill a man to save.
Interrupt him in the middle of talking. Good job, Kent. What's that no interrupting? You talk about no interrupting? No interrupting. You interrupt all the time. Why you keep interrupting, Kent? Huh? Why you doing that? Huh? Why is your mouth agape like that? Why do you look like you're a fucking moron? Oh, right, because you do. And if you don't know why I was doing that, check back in a couple of streams back for the last Whack an Atheist he did covering Forrest. You'll see why.
4 minutes.
Oh, is he about to skip showing point blank? He is. He is skipping an exact demonstration of Ray Comfort's dishonest editing. He's just not going to show it. What an asshole. What a dishonest fuck you are, Kent. You can't just let it play. You can't defend Ray from that. Ray can't defend himself. You got to skip it.
All right. Okay, let's see what he has to say here.
In which he asks a professor of geology.
Yeah, he just skips it. Wow. That deserves its own damn video. Just that moment right there.
Where the water on Earth came from.
What's your credentials? I'm a professor of geology and oceanography at.
Where? Look at this now. He's asking this guy, why does the Earth have water on it? 70% of our planet is covered in water right now.
Well, Kent, given that the chemical makeup of the universe leans heavily to the lighter elements, obviously hydrogen being the first one, the lightest element and the most common, and what constitutes water? Hydrogen. What elements do you also get through most stellar cycles? Other lighter elements: lithium, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen. Yeah, there's a lot of oxygen out there. And, when free range oxygen and a couple of hydrogens get together and they're ready for a good time, they're going to bond in a particular way that forms a slightly polar chemical that doesn't really react with anything and turns out to be a nice universal solvent. And given the amount of hydrogen and oxygen in the universe, you're going to get a lot of it. It's going to be a very common compound. And it's going to be actually the heaviest, I think, compound that generally occurs readily at that volume, most definitely the most common, that's going to be a fluid like that as opposed to being some kind of rocky construct or a straight up gas. So what you're going to have is a lot of that material becoming some of the core mass. I say core mass as in the total mass of the world that forms. But thanks to, it transitioning from one state to another, that superheated aspect of the planets when they're still forming, yeah, it's going to stay gaseous for a while. But once things cool, it's going to rain down. Where does it come from? Comets, various asteroids, ambient clouds of it, more than likely, hanging out in the quote-unquote dust that forms protoplanetary disks. It's a wonderful menagerie of molecular compounds out there in the cosmos. And what's really funny is the actual structural makeup of terrestrial planets kind of follows the quantities that we see out there in the cosmos. It's kind of amazing. But I'm just rambling. I've said way more than Hovind could understand. Sorry, guys. I'm just being super nerdy. This is going to be like a 3-hour stream. Let's continue.
Averages 12,000 feet deep. If the Earth were completely covered in water, push down the continent, smooth it out, and it is round, okay, it would be 8,800 feet deep. There's lots of water on this planet. And these guys are claiming, and I think Forrest is claiming, the water came here from comets. All that.
Who the fuck is Butthead over there laughing? Hey, moron. What are comets mostly made of? You dumb fuck. You want to take a guess? Huh? You know, we fucking landed on a comet and we found out every bit of measurement we took of the gaseous emissions from comets and the calculations we made from it were found to be accurate because science fucking works. You're gonna laugh like butthead. Water came from comets. Well, of course, you know you laugh at that when you think a magic sky wizard farted existence into existence 6,000 years ago, made a dirt man and a rib woman who incestuously populated the world. Then he killed everything because he's a genocidal fuck, except for one family that incestuously populated the world again. Double incest, baby. It's North Kentucky.
Does is postpone the problem and put it off someplace else, Forrest. Where did water come from in the universe? Who made water? To say it came here from
No one, because water is a chemical compound. It is a molecule that forms when oxygen and two hydrogen bond. It's basic chemistry. If you want to ask further questions, sure, we can just keep on drilling into the nuances of quantum physics to the extent that I understand it. It's not going to get you to your magic sky daddy, buddy. Think if it was there, we'd have found his dumbass already. So either he's hide and seek champion of the universe or the piece of shit doesn't exist. Pick one.
does not answer where it came from. You're missing it totally. Then they say, where did life come from? Well, life came from comets. This is
No. Life is an emergent property of certain self-replicating chemical reactions. In the right conditions, you get what we define as life.
insane. Well, let's let this guy talk here.
Cal State University, Long Beach.
I'm a good Christian. I'm just going to talk about letting this guy blabber because I got to be a snide little prick all the time, but I didn't say any curse words, so it's okay.
Rick, where do oceans come from?
Originally, the water on the Earth came from a couple different sources. One is that the materials that accumulated in the very early stages of the Earth, sort of as meteorites and asteroid bombardments, had water in them. And as
Earth from meteorites and asteroids that had water in them.
Well, let me repeat everything so my audience can laugh at it, and that's totally a refutation of the obvious facts.
That does not tell me where it came from in the universe. Water is an amazing molecule. You got two hydrogens and an oxygen. They form at a 105-degree angle. Of course, it varies a little bit, vibrates.
Vibrates a little bit.
That's why when water freezes, because of its unusual characteristics, it expands 12% and floats. If it didn't, the lakes would freeze and water would freeze and go to the bottom. The lakes would freeze from the bottom up and kill all the fish. Pretty cool.
Then there wouldn't be fish in those lakes there, Kent. Not the whole damn planet doesn't freeze over. Life adapts to the environment, not the other way around.
Almost everything else shrinks when it gets cold. Water at a certain temperature,
Especially the whale penis.
just almost
Ask Hovind how he knows. Stupid mouse double clicking like it does.
freezing. It expands 12% miraculously. Wow. It just happened by chance, didn't it? That life forms can keep going. See, for millions of years, the water froze and sank to the bottom and all the fish died. They had to keep re-evolving all the...
And just these stupid ass, whatever you'd even call this statement. Just, you see, remember, I'm going to make a ridiculous mockery of some pseudo crap that I want to make people think is what evolutionary science actually says, even though planetary formation and cosmology doesn't have anything to actually do with evolution in and of itself. They are separate fields that only interrelate in the same way all sciences interrelate.
millions of times. How do they not get it, brother? Okay.
they heated up, they melted, they gave off gases and water vapor. But another way that they came in is that a lot of the stuff that came and accumulated in the planet to form the Earth were comets, and comets are made up largely of water ice and methane ice.
So the professor answered with the same kind of information that I learned in school, but Ray was...
That's the same answer you would give for us? You think water came from comets?
He would stress that. I'm sure y'all hear that. Wonderful people in this city. Real good. Real impressive jerk ass. And if you couldn't hear that for some reason, someone with a loud ass fucking car. Hope he fucking wrecks. Anyway. Yeah, Forrest would give the answer comets because that is where a bulk of the water on Earth would have originated from. That's just how it works. Your ideas mean nothing in the grand context of reality. And you ask if Forrest would answer that when Forrest is stressing that it's the same stuff he had learned. I guess maybe you're trying to jump the gun on asking, but I mean, it just feels a little like you wanna stay to what's actually being discussed in that exact moment there, Kent.
Stop and think. It doesn't tell us where it came from originally. It just postpones the problem. There's a name for that in debate. I forget where they evade the question, put it off, postpone.
Like hovering over the questions. I'm not prepared for that. Also, whoever Butthead is laughing in the audience, hey, Butthead laughing. call 855 Big Dildo extension 666. Schedule a debate. You chicken.
On it, something okay.
Wasn't satisfied with that. So he pulled 3 tricks back to back. The first is asking if this is a fact or a theory.
So comets bombarded the Earth and all the water came from comets?
A lot of the water came from comets.
Is it just a theory or is it?
He's claiming it just.
The moment you say just a theory, it shows you know nothing about science or intentionally being dishonest, and no time should be spent on you. That phrase, instant warning sign of dishonest fuck.
Happened. This guy's a geology professor, Forrest. That's what he tells his students, and probably asks them on the quiz or the test questions. How did water come to Earth? Well, they have to answer with comments, or else they get it wrong, don't they? We don't know that.
A fact.
Except we do.
Well-known fact.
Well, it's nothing about the origin of the Earth is a fact.
Nothing about origin of Earth is a fact. See, this is what I've been saying for a long time, Forrest. It's a religion. You believe it, and you're welcome to it. I don't care what you believe.
It's not what quantifies things as a religion, Kent. In that case, the fact I'm using a computer is a religion. The fact people are watching a live stream that I'm hosting is a religion. The fact that I'm watching a Ken Hovind video is a religion. You got these terms are already defined, and your glib presumption of one element of faith that ties into your religious dogma, somehow an analogous pseudo position, a lie that you bring up in it, somehow equates the two, is just fucking stupid. You're fucking dumb. Get over it, old man. And then taking context out of these things. This isn't taking this out of context. It's taking context out, taking understanding out, that there's probably elucidation into this. And the person talking, being honest in the way they chose to phrase things, because you guys love to manipulate phrasing in stressing that technically we don't know in the same way that I know. I am holding up a small hard drive right now because I just picked up something on my desk. There's all kinds of crap on my desk. But we've pretty much ruled out the possibility any other chain of incidents makes sense. So we know in as much as you can know, in the same way that I know work still exists right now. Like my job, my place of employment still exists. It may not. That would be really fucking wild. And I'm sure I would have gotten a lot of text messages and emails and people calling and being like, hey, store burned down. Probably would have seen some news shit about it. Someone would have bugged me. But I don't know 100% that it still exists. But I know enough about the consistency, about the way things are, that it still does. Does it kind of work for you, Kent? Or are you still just completely lost, staring off into space, wishing Jesus was slapping you in the face with his giant dong? I don't know what you Christians like, but I that's probably the shit you're into.
But stop calling it science. See, look up the definition of science for it.
Science is what we know, what we study, what we blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to talk about how it's a complete methodological system, a methodology that and a chain of logic that leads to as close to truth as we can get.
We can observe, study, test, and demonstrate. You cannot observe the earth forming itself. You cannot observe life coming from non-living material. You believe it, great. Got great faith. I'm proud of you. It's not science. You want religion out of schools? Then take evolution out.
It was long time ago.
Now, anybody with any kind of real science education can tell you the issue here. Sing along if you know the words. A theory is not a guess. It's a functional explanation of observed natural phenomena that is backed by all the best evidence that we have.
That is not true.
Yeah, no, that is what it's defined as, Kent. You are literally arguing with definitions. Let's see what he says, but dude, you're trying to argue with the definitions of things.
True. A hypothesis is a guess. A theory has some evidence to support it.
No, as Forrest said, his statement works with my preference to run the theory of operation concept in like an electronic device or a motor, a machine, to other scientific principles. It's the same thing. This is a working model. But part of this, can't you idiots understand? Oh, right. If you acknowledge that, then it breaks down one of your supposed counters that absolute morons think is a gotcha when you're trying to decide between Bronze Age fables written by goat fuckers and cutting edge analysis of reality.
George, you just made the claim for us that all the evidence supports that theory, and you are lying or you're stupid. Call me and debate me. There's no evidence
Because everything is settled with Kenthoven debates.
to support this stupid hypothesis of evolution. Nobody sees any animal produce babies other than their same kind. You imagine it. Oh, they all got DNA, similar DNA.
Yeah, here's a fine one from Maria. I believe there are coyotes down by the Mississippi, close to where I live. The coyotes at Mississippi is a religion. I could come up with some cool iconography about that. That'd be pretty cool. Is Dino Lamp broken again? Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Dino Lamp is at least turned off. Don't know if it's broken or not.
Yeah, all the books in my library.
You know, we don't know if they haven't constantly been buying and replacing Dino Lamps because they broke. We could be on like the 6th or 7th Dino Lamp and not even know it. At work, we got a lamp of similar type to that. And it broke like 2 days into the holiday season. And no one's bothered to return it because we were too busy with the holiday season.
Have the same 26 letters of the alphabet, too. What does that prove?
It's something that is rigorously and repeatedly tested through experimentation.
And note the idea that that they want to claim that us simply seeing things as a commonality just means it has to be. It's not a matter of all of the supporting context surrounding facts that we observe, commonalities that we observe. It's so funny how glibly and juvenilely they will come up with these counters that, again, only work for people who are fucking morons.
Where's the experimentation for evolution for? You claim it's got.
Why don't you read the fucking documents? Why don't you read the fucking books? Why don't you read the fucking scientific papers? Can you read, Kent? I don't think you can. Why don't you actually read it? And instead of going, you can't know that, actually look at what's said in there. And here's the critical step. Think about it. Actually think about it. Then get back to me.
Experimentation to back it up. Show it to me. Have they been able to make life in the laboratory? All the science.
You would just claim that proves that it requires a designer. It requires a creator. Once again, it's been shown that under certain suspected early Earth conditions, some of the key compounds that are involved in life can get formed. These compounds are self-replicating in the right conditions, so it is not beyond the realm of reasonability, especially in spite of other explanations at all having any shred of evidence, such as your creationist garbage, that such compounds, which honestly a lot of which occur naturally in the cosmos just because chemicals like to do what chemicals do. Chemistry, they do things. That's what they're going to do. Seem to be abundant to a point where, as once you get the right conditions, life is gonna happen. It seems almost inevitable in the right conditions. But those conditions do happen to be a very small subset of the possibilities that any given region of space can have. Earth just happens to be good for it. And again, life develops for its environment. This planet isn't special and we're on it because it's special. But that doesn't mean it was made special. It's just compared to all the other possibilities, like, ooh, look, but this is the world we're on. If Venus had been the planet to be more terrestrial, more habitable, if Earth had been the one to go all crazy greenhouse, then there we go. Second planet would be the big one for us. So we'd be like, oh, we're on the second planet. Oh, Vulcan must have made, Venus for us. And I know it wouldn't go that way, but you get what I'm saying? I'm just, it's like this stuff isn't hard to dissect. It's chain of logic. Just, I don't know. Hoven's fighting an uphill battle here.
Scientists in the world cannot make an acorn. This acorn knows how to make an oak tree. Do you know
And Hoven can't make a valid point.
how to make an oak tree, Forrest? No, that's forest tree. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. This acorn can make not only a tree, it can make the tree.
Gas planets. There are gas prices. Therefore, I worship my nearest BP station. All right, I was thinking planets. I was like gas planets. And Jupiter.
Produce more acorns. Probably millions of them. Certainly thousands and
Did I mention I'm like near blind? Because, yeah, I can't see shit.
thousands. I mean, every year they produce thousands. Tree might live for 100 years. One tree. And each of those can do the same thing again. Boy, you'd almost think it was designed. And if you open this thing up, most of it is just food for the embryonic seed to grow into. It's all that information to make a whole tree. Make the bark.
It's not information. It's chemicals. Chemicals doing what chemicals do.
The phloem, the phloem, all the different cells in the tree and the bark, the roots system, the leaves. It's all stored.
Note all the stuff he said that makes it sound like he made a point and said something massive, but really didn't say crap. All he repeated was tree stuff, and the tree stuff, and this tree stuff, and that tree stuff. Kent, simplicity is the hallmark of a good argument, not complexity. Just like simplicity is the hallmark of design, not complexity.
Stored in information in this nut.
You should be able to articulate yourself far, far more succinctly if you're supposed to be the genius you say you are.
You guys can't make one. You're dumber than a nut.
Well, apparently your dumbass God can't make one either, because I ain't seen a God spawn jack diddly fucking shit into existence. Prove it happened. Oh, wait, you can't. Oh, but your book says? Fuck your book. Do you want to ridicule the myriad of data gathered out there regarding every facet of reality that you don't agree with, but your one book is supposed to be taken as absolute fact? How cute.
I can't make one either, but I admit it. You guys want to imagine that it's scientifically demonstrable.
And is able to make
And no one said that, Kent. You just complete straw man.
novel, testable predictions about the natural world.
I make a prediction that cows will always produce cows. And dogs will always produce dogs.
It's not a prediction when it's something we already know, dumb fuck. Me predicting you're going to say something stupid isn't exactly that amazing, is it?
And mosquitoes always produce mosquitoes.
But people determining that since the orbit of Uranus didn't quite make sense without an object of a certain mass affecting it, and then we looked and, oh shit, we ended up finding Neptune. Hey, there you go. And even then, the irregularities still aren't fully explained, so that's a bit of a puzzle. I need to look into that more now that I've brought it back up to my own attention. Double check if I've not missed something there. Now, that's a prediction. But you stating the obvious, that's nothing. You've added nothing to anything ever, except your own bank account.
I'll make that prediction based on this book right here, which says 20 times in the first 7 chapters, they will bring forth...
There he goes with his book. I don't give a flying fuck what your stupid ass book says, Kent. I don't fucking care. It doesn't fucking matter. It's a load of garbage written by fucking idiots. Just get the fuck over it. Go cry in the corner. Put on your big boy pants and come out and realize reality doesn't consist of some magic sky wizard coddling you because you can't, accept the fact that you are just a an organism like everything else, that you're not special. Because you're not, Kent. You're not special. People aren't special. Life isn't special. It is in a way, but not objectively so. But you want to think you've got some magic sky wizard who specifically loves you. You don't, buddy. You just fucking don't. And given the way your family's abandoning you, you've been through 4 wives, nobody loves you. Because you're a miserable prick. But you know, that's okay. I seem to be in the same boat, sans divorces. But unlike you, I admit it. Turnabout's fair play, old man.
After their kind. That's all that anybody's ever seen, Forrest. That's a prediction. I predict you can crossbreed cows till they come home. And they'll always be cows. Dogs will always make baby dogs. Chickens always make baby chickens. There are no exceptions. None. But you wish to imagine that dogs and chickens have a common ancestor, don't you? You're lying, Forrest. You can't
They're both eukaryotes.
see it for yourself. You're a hypocrite. Call for a debate. 855 Big Dino Extension 4. Book 'em, Joseph.
Welcome, Joseph. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Hovind.
Science doesn't deal in proof, it deals in evidence. You never accept a hypothesis, you simply fail to reject it.
We don't
Yep, Laura. Some book says a thing. Professor Dave.
accept a hypothesis because there's no evidence for it. See, Forrest, we believe in science. Science.
No, you don't.
Definition of science from the Latin word "seer," to know. What do we know? We know dogs produce dogs. We know that. We see it. We know cows produce cows. We do not know that this chart, which has cows and dogs and sunflowers and everything connected, this is not science. This is a religion. How
Sorry, mouse is firing.
can you guys not see it? Oh, because you don't want to. You reject the obvious because it goes against your religious belief. Don't you, Forrest?
Everything in science is subject to change if new information comes along. All of this is basic stuff.
So you're going to change if new information comes along?
Yep. I love bringing up the Pluto example, Kent, because I didn't like when Pluto was reclassified. But my dislike of that was based purely on emotion and the consistency with which I was told there were 9 planets. But then, once I learned why the reclassification happened, I put on my science hat, little 21-year-old Chris, and was like, little 21-year-old Chris, and was just like, oh, that makes complete sense. And that was it. I got over it. Because my feels, my little fifis, didn't fucking matter for what reality is, what the science said, what a better understanding of the nature of the solar system brought us information-wise to where we knew we needed to reclassify that particular world simply to be able to more accurately classify things. Which you would think, if you like biology, you like animals like you do, you like kinds so much, you'd be all over greater classification. And I say this as if you've weighed in on Pluto. It doesn't fucking matter. You probably, I don't even know what your opinion would be. You probably say you didn't care, which would be fine. But that's a damn near textbook example of the way people should think. I don't like the way this is going. Oh, here's the reasons for this. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. That's science. That's facts. That's reality. And yeah, this stuff is subjective in that case. It's whatever we decide to define things as and call things as. But there's reason behind all of this. And that's what you simply ignore, is the reason for things. You just say, oh, this and that have a common ancestor. Well, what's the reasoning behind that thought? As R and Rob brought up, both eukaryotes. Well, what does that have to do? Because we have branches of life that are not eukaryotic. And we notice that there's never a case where eukaryotic and non-eukaryotic life just seem to flip-flop. All life shows that nested hierarchy that genetics corresponds with. And that's what you guys hate. Because that shows there are no specially created kinds. But you keep on. You keep on saying it's not science. You keep on saying everyone's lying. You keep on claiming it's a conspiracy. And just give it a fucking rest.
How about maybe trillions, I don't know, certainly billions of times animals have produced after their kind. Fish always have baby fish. Frogs will make baby frogs. Well, tadpoles that turn to frogs. There are no exceptions.
And yep, the wonderful example of the dog that turned into cancer, just straight up. I think that's a pretty big jump. That's the kind of stuff that creationists want to see. That's the stuff they ask for. That's the stuff they expect. And when they're presented with it, they're just like, nuh-uh.
Certainly billions, maybe trillions of, counting bacteria, yeah, there are quadrillions. It happens every time. Experimentation proves creation, not evolution.
Except no, it doesn't. And you saying it doesn't make it true, old man.
And it's all what's known as intellectual honesty.
I wish it would be intellectually honest, Forrest, and show us the scientific evidence for any animal producing a baby other than its kind. The scientific, I want to see it demonstrated where life gets started from non-living material. They're not even close to making life in the laboratory. And if they do make life in the laboratory, all that would prove is it takes intelligence to make life, wouldn't it?
Your little catch-22. Hey, Kent, I'm making life from non-living material as we speak. I'm eating some nice cinnamon rolls here. And they're currently not alive. They are most certainly... You don't really call them dead, because you only say something's dead if it has been alive. But they are certainly not living. Are they organic material? Yes. Definitionally. Those particular carbon bonds and the like. This is edible material. But it's not living. It's not alive. It will be turned into living material. So every time you say this, I just laugh. Because you and every other person alive right now, save for poor unfortunate souls who are quite literally starving to death, is turning non-living material into life through their metabolism, through digestion, through respiration, plants, through photosynthesis. You just sound like a fucking moron every time you say that, Kent.
The simple fact
Takes a sip for this coffee cup like you just made a point. Oh.
that none of us know absolutely everything means that none of us can call anything an absolute and unequivocal fact.
But we all have to pay for yours to be taught in school, don't we? Yeah.
And any scientist who uses the word fact is doing so in that light, not in the colloquial sense, meaning something that is eternally and indisputably true with a capital T. And that makes what the professor is saying here not only reasonable, but incredibly humble and honest.
He's humble and honest to say, water came here from comets. And you know that for sure. That's how we got all this water in the ocean. There's a lot of water out there, whole bunch. Okay? And you believe he's being honest to say it came from comets. That is stupid. You don't know any such thing.
Especially considering who he's talking to. And speaking of who he's talking to, Ray, who has absolutely been told all of these things before and could at least engage with them honestly, even if he didn't agree with them, is instead deliberately perpetuating misinformation about how science works in order to keep his...
Presenting information that is not true. Forrest, go look in the mirror, son. You're still telling people embryology is evidence for evolution, aren't you?
Because it is, you indignant prick.
You're still trying to imply that life can get started from non-life. You have to, because that's what you believe happened. You don't believe there's a God. How did life get started? Well, let's hear it.
Audience hooked on his lazy arguments. And the second trick is even lazier. He cuts away from the interview with the professor and asks a random person on the street who calls himself a science teacher if they agree.
It was long time ago.
You're a science teacher.
Yes.
Do you think comets brought water to the Earth?
No.
No? No. Here's a question.
What science? if they're a teacher at all. What science?
That was literally the whole thing. With the professor, we hear his credentials.
We got plenty of questions piling up there, Joseph.
Uh-oh. If I leave any more of this play, he's gonna say something that my audience doesn't need to hear.
Forrest? Run, Forrest, run. I'm ready to take you on for a debate anytime. But you're not going to call, are you? You know why?
Hey, Ken, how about you call into the line? We're gonna skip his stupid chicken toy. Jump ahead.
Topic at a time. We will moderate the debate.
I'm not gonna dignify his chicken toy with a response. And these demands and this shit right here is why I'm not fucking with this old man.
You cannot talk or interrupt when I'm talking. I will not talk or interrupt when you're talking. One topic at a time.
Yes, you fucking will.
Equal time for each side. You give the best evidence for your stupid religion, Forrest. I want to see it. You do real good on your show when you can edit your own show together. Mine are live. We'll do it debate live. Okay? Call.
He does multiple times a week on the line, you prick. Call him there.
Okay, Joseph, give me some questions here.
Stupid fuckface.
Drew, you're the man. Should be apostrophe R-E. There's two kinds of your. Never mind. I taught science, not English. Believe me, I'm not, but I can spot, mistakes once in a while. Thank you, though. How do we deal with our spiritual
Taught English. How can you teach it when you can't speak it?
situation right now as Christians with so much Jewish influence in our government? Is it a bad thing? Should we be worried? Oh, that's a tough question.
What's that? What's that I say? Is this yet another example of how not just Hovind, but all of these evangelicals are Zionist Nazis? Because they want Israel to succeed, because that leads into their end times erotic fiction so they can jerk off to the idea of the apocalypse. But they hate the Jewish people. They won't say it. Some of them will. Most won't. But shit like this shows it. This Drew Cochran, she, whomever, probably believes the Jewish space laser thing for those wildfires a few years ago. Wasn't that MTG that said that? Potato Face herself? I mean, come on.
The Jews are generally, if you look at all the IQ tests they've given over the Jewish people are responsible for more inventions, more advancement in many areas, medicine, science, etc. So they're a blessed people. Though they're God's people, but they're not godly people. It's sad. They rejected the Messiah. And they've been punished over and over for 2,000 years now.
Yeah, and you guys rejected the word of Muhammad. So, get fucked. Allah ain't gonna like that.
So, I guess I'm not worried about the Jewish influence in our...
And let's not get started about Joseph Smith. We know that man. Well, we know Muhammad was a real person, but Joseph Smith was a real person real recently as well. You rejected what he brought to you? You rejecting his message? Of course you would, Kent. You're not a godly person, Kent. Rejecting Muhammad and Joseph Smith like that.
I'm thrilled for President Trump and what he did.
What about poor old Elron? Have you had your thetan count checked lately? And fuck Trump. You know, it's a travesty that piece of shit is probably going to drop dead from all the illnesses striking him at once before he can be prosecuted for all the Epstein shit that we know he is deeply involved in. I'm wishing the system would just get to doing what's going to be done sooner than later so we can at least have his ass, in jail. That's just the justice we need, let alone the multiple felonies and shit previously, the practical treason he had committed during his first term with things like January 6th and hiding fucking government documents in his goddamn bathroom. Oh, but Hillary's emails. Funny, they don't care about you hiding sensitive documents, showing them to friends and shit. But Hillary's emails, oh.
He preaches the Messiah. Speaking of which, I just felt this afternoon we ought to pray for President Trump to have wisdom and guidance. I wouldn't want that job. Man, let's pray right now. Heavenly Father,
oh, good God, we're not doing this shit.
Just simply love our...
Fuck you. Fuck Trump.
For him and guide him.
Guide him right to the grave.
Jay, are there any changes to your Woe book contents that you were thinking of making since you wrote it? Not that I know of. I still believe, even after the debate the other night, I believe it even stronger now. We're here for the whole tribulation, all 7 years. And then there's a time of God's wrath, which comes in the day of the Lord. Just Google day of the Lord. Hundreds of verses come up, and some of them talk
Kent, all you had to do was say, no, I wouldn't change anything, and move on.
about what a great blessing it's going to be, the lion and the lamb lay down together. Others talk about it's a time of God's wrath. It all happens during that 1,000-year period. That took me a long time to figure out that tribulation is not the same as wrath. Tribulation is what the world does to us. Wrath is what God does to the world. We're not here.
Arkham Orderly saying Forrest responded and told Kenny Boy he would debate him. Hasn't heard anything back. Joseph's been too busy crying because I haven't emailed him back. Interesting. I like to see how that goes.
For the wrath. We are here for the tribulation. Yes, I still believe just exactly like I taught in my book. Okay.
Also, note for everybody, if you're going to eat cinnamon rolls and you didn't bother to bring a fork, don't use even a very dull Buck 110 knife as a fork. I just cut my mouth. It's going to be irritated for a while. Welcome to the life of Yamato. Stupid decisions that seem cool in the moment.
You have somebody in the studio?
Okay, let me get my headphones on.
Yes, sir.
Oh. The chicken was stepping on my headphone wire. So
Wow, that dude there looks a lot like a friend of mine from high school, how he looks today. Except my poor friend looks looks like way rough. But those guys could be brothers. It's kind of a trip.
sorry about that. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Hey Kent, how you doing?
I am overworked and underpaid, but I never complain about it. Never.
I was wondering if you had any content. I've tried finding it and can't seem to find it. Do you have any content that explains if Jesus was crucified on a Wednesday or a Friday and how many full days he was actually in the grave?
I do. I cover that on video number 7.
Well, I can answer the last one. 0, because crucifixion victims were left up to rot as a warning sign. But that's in the way the story would have happened. That was an actual real story, which I am a mythicist with the Jeebus Crispy. So the fucker never existed and was never crucified to begin with.
Of my series. He was crucified on Wednesday. Here's the problem. The Jews have quite a few Sabbaths, a day of rest. Saturday is always a day of rest, but sometimes there's one in the middle of the week. And so I cover that. I can call up the slides if you want here, but I covered that video number 7. I did that, Joseph, a few months ago, didn't I?
Yeah, we just did a recent Passover was coming up.
Passover, yeah.
The girls were shopping. They couldn't even shop for the spices for Jesus. Yeah.
Here, let me get that up here. Yeah, the answer is yes, but I'll find it for you here. Debates.
Doing like that was how I got one of the scars on my hand, says our friend Michael from New Mexico. And one of the scars on my hand, try and eat an apple off a dull buck knife. Yeah, and I actually cut myself too. And this thing is not super sharp, but it's sharp enough. It's weird, because I used it as a practice knife to try to sharpen things, and I've been learning. And apparently, I got it kind of back to something decent, not factory sharp, but yeah. I definitely learned that lesson. This is a little unpleasant. There's nothing I can do about it.
I think it's there. I got way too many slides, Joseph. Did you know that?
Yes, sir, you go up.
Yeah, oh, right there. Look at that. Okay. Jesus was crucified on Wednesday. He's in the grave Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. He's in the grave all day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He rose Saturday night because Sunday morning when they came early to the tomb, he was already gone. When was the crucifixion? Let's see. Is it?
Riveting content.
Yeah, I can't get it up right now.
Oh. As he told all the past 3 of his ex-wives.
Yeah, I can't get it up right now.
Yes, I just made an erectile dysfunction joke. I don't care.
I don't know how I'd mess this up. But to answer your question, they had a special Sabbath. The women there's a day of preparation. They have to spend a whole day preparing for the Sabbath, where they got to cook all the meals ahead of time because they can't be held to the fire. So he's crucified on Wednesday. They wanted to get the body off before the Sabbath, which was Thursday. That it's a different, not the Sabbath of the seventh day of the week, but a different Sabbath, the day of rest. They had quite a few. So you see if you can find that. If you can't, call in next time.
But Chris, Kent would have no slides left. In fact, I think he would owe PowerPoint slides somehow.
With the question, I'll get my slides ready. But I show all the verses about the topic and the other Sabbaths that they had besides the Saturday Sabbath.
Okay, and also, what is the reason that we celebrate Christ's birthday on the day that we know wasn't his birthday?
Because Christmas, Yule, has European pagan origins, acting as a New Year's, effectively a New Year's celebration, a celebration of winter, of the hope from winter, going through winter, that spring will come. Because they were a little concerned, like maybe there's it, maybe it's just not going to get warm again. But it always does. With the Easter celebration actually being, the celebration of the return of spring and of fertility and stuff. Incidentally, Easter being tied to the lunar calendar, which is funny, nobody bats an eye on that. And Christmas happening to be the day it is, which is just a few days away from the actual beginning of winter as we define it, the 21st of December.
You can celebrate it whenever you want. Nobody knows for sure when it was. I covered that a little bit a couple nights.
It would have been in the spring or summer because it would have been too cold in the fields otherwise, especially in Palestinian nights. But that's if it happened at all, which it didn't.
Ago, the Earth is tilted over 23.5 degrees as we go around the sun. So on December 21st, we are tilted as far away as possible, and that's the shortest day of the year. 22nd.
In the northern hemisphere, you prick. Look at this disrespectful piece of shit, not acknowledging our friends in the southern hemisphere. How you doing, Australia, New Zealand, South America, most of Africa? Well, most of South America and most of Africa. A little bit of it's in the north, but it's equatorial areas. They're their own thing. Antarctica. Can't believe the final experiment was a year ago, and all it did was convince Jeranism of all people, which is a win, but still.
We start coming around the big circle, and the days start getting slightly longer. The Earth is not changing its tilt; it's just changing its position in relation to the sun. There's twice when we go on this big circle where it's exactly equal, equinox. Okay, but December, the shortest day of the year, used to be December 25th. But because of various, physical things happening with the Earth wobbling around, etc., it has changed. So what happened?
Hey, Kent, why does it wobble? You want to explain? Oh, wait, you'd explain it with the flood. Everything's explained with Noah's flood. It was perfect until it wasn't.
There's back 1,000 years ago or so, some people started saying, we're going to, look, the days are getting shorter and shorter. Everybody's, sell your Mercedes and give me $5,000 and I'll bring the sun back up tomorrow. A bunch of stupid hocus pocus.
I got you.
To get money out of the people.
Wow. Could you be any more self-aware without realizing it, Kent?
Well, I'll check out the video.
End time's coming any day now. You better get right with God by buying my DVD set and maybe donate so I can help other people get right with God, because you want your brother to come to heaven with you too, don't you? Don't you? Yeah, because you love your brother. You love your brother a lot. You keep on loving him. Hovind might give you $1.50. Okay, $3.50. Just let Hovind watch a little. Yeah, that's okay. I go all day with that stuff, but I don't like playing those characters too much. Litrus Hovind.
Number 7.
Let me watch you sin.
Yeah, the sun was going to come back up anyway, whether they got their money or not. So it was December 25th used to be the shortest day of the year. So it was a pagan holiday to bring the sun back up. And it's stupid. And it somehow morphed into with the Christmas. So to me, it's not a battle worth fighting. We had a Christmas party yesterday, had a blast.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
And Joe Cool.
Joe Cool?
Joe, hey, buddy.
Hey, Joe Cool. Yes, right.
Okay. Wow. At least you're not R and Ra, the son. You're not claiming to be God. I mean, that's. Go ahead. Let's hear it, Joe.
No, but Aaron Ra's a pretty good guy.
Also, the background is giving total Max Headroom vibes. Like the Max Headroom incident. Oh, man.
He is? Not that I've
Oh,
seen.
yeah.
Okay.
Not that I've seen. Yo, Aaron Ra, every report I've seen, is one of the most genuinely nice people. Him, his wife, his whole damn family. Much like Seth Andrews, actually. That whole group is really, really nice. Like they say, don't meet your heroes. And indeed, meeting people who you have some level of admiration for sometimes bite you in the ass. But in that case, those are people I'd still want to meet.
Okay. I had a couple questions for you. Hope you had a good Christmas. But oh, good. You said that you still believe in chemtrails. I was wanting to know why. It's not obvious. I've done a lot of schooling in aviation. I happen to know that they're not a real thing.
Oh, well, you're the expert then. No question about it. Who are you?
Someone smarter than you, Kent.
I'm Joe Cool.
Yes. Yo, next time y'all see Joe Cool in the chat, just send him some love. Bro's an OG. Bro's a real one. He's an OG. He is the shit.
And so you're the expert. So when you see a 4-engine plane,
Yeah,
leaving behind 6 trails,
You don't.
what is coming out of the plane? I'll show you pictures.
what do you?
Are you saying, are they condensation trails?
They are. It's condensated water vapor and exhaust from the engines.
You are mistaken. Seriously
Why?
mistaken.
Why is that?
Because
Hovind not understanding thermodynamics. This is fucking glorious. I'm glad we're hitting the stream.
there are 4-engine trails. 4-engine. I'll get the pictures here.
Mhm.
Leaving.
Yeah, will you? Kent, how many 4-engine aircraft are there operating at this stage? There's actually not that many. 2 large turbofans are way more fuel efficient than 4 smaller turbofans. And with, I forget the name of the requirement, but after the aviation requirements requiring those higher engine counts were lifted through the 70s and 80s for cross ocean travel, you had your trijets, then your 2 engines, your 757s, your 767s. You didn't need, 707 and 747 4-engine setups anymore. They weren't legally required, so you could save fuel. And that was the thing with the trijets, was to save fuel from the 4 engines. Your 727, your DC-10, your DC-11, your Lockheed L-1011. But that's why you don't see trijets anymore, because 2-engine systems do the job. More fuel economy. The most you might see is a 2-engine jet with 4 trails, 2 of those being wingtip vortices, the other 2 being the exhaust from the turbine portion of the turbofan engine.
6 trails. I'll show you.
Please do, Kent. Please.
Let's see. I'm going to have to get. I got to drag it. Okay, let me just go here. Seminar series.
999 super chat from the ever lovely Rosina. They believe prophets died on the same day they were conceived. Jesus was killed on Passover, say March 25th. 9 months after that is December 25th. The date is unrelated to pagan celebration / feast. Fascinating. I'll have to look more into that. That would make a lot of sense.
Part 7. They're spraying
And from Holland, welcome.
aluminum oxide, among other things. The theory, the cover story is the cover.
Have you proven this, Kent? I mean, I love it. We don't know water on the planet came from comets. Also, Kent, they're spraying aluminum oxide, turning the frogs gay.
Story is it's to reflect the sunlight
But they're turning the frogs atheist.
to prevent global warming. They are poisonous.
I never heard that.
Okay, well, obviously you're not the expert then.
Having heard a crackpot idea doesn't make someone not an expert on what's actually going on.
Why is it not coming up?
Because you're an incompetent prick.
Oh, I cover this on video number 7, Mr. Cole, if you'd like to look at that. I show the evidence.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. It's not clear.
Okay, what about the big tanks inside the airplane? They show the tanks of chemicals that they're connecting to the.
Aye, those aren't tanks of chemicals, Kent. Those are aircraft under testing, new development. Those are promotional photos showing the development process of certain aircraft, your Airbus, your Boeing, and the like. Those are tanks filled with water to mimic the mass distribution of a full crew and passengers. They're not tanks of chemicals. If the vehicles were tanks of chemicals, they would be just a giant fucking tanker. It wouldn't be a normal airliner hull. Also, this is funny. In those pictures, you don't see passengers because the whole thing is taken up by that equipment, that ballast. But all of these aircraft you see flying, and y'all take pictures of all the time for these chemtrails, are fully passenger-laden vehicles. So where are the chemical tanks? God, you're fucking stupid. Shows right here how fucking dumb Kent is. This is incredible, and I'm so glad Joe did this. God damn you an MVP for this one, man.
Wingtips to spray out. Is that not clear either?
That's fuel.
They're carrying large, like a propane tanks inside the jet for fuel. No, you don't understand how jets are built, I don't think.
You're not really explaining it well, Kent. I know, Joe might not in the moment.
What tanks are you talking about?
If I could get my stupid slides to work, I would show you, okay? I'm sorry. Joseph, put the pic. I got to drag this one back over. You know what I mean?
Pluto, spoilers, saying chat was so nasty, saying Joe was the Antichrist, shouldn't have children, other such things. Good God. Oh, man. Look up ignorance in the dictionary. You'll see Hoven's picture. Yep.
Hang on, brother. Here we go. Let me get rid of this one so I can shut it down. There's the problem. Okay. There's Forrest. Now he's the problem. Let me get him out of here.
Forrest is a good guy too.
He's a liar.
No, he's not.
I can't. Takes one to know one. Got him.
He lied tonight. Well, on the show I play. He defends the dumbest religion in the world. And you're welcome to try to defend it. Why don't you call for a debate? Let's set up a formal one.
Oh, I'm considering it.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay, hang on. I get one more over here. It's a little confusing. There. I'm trying. Okay, now maybe it'll open up.
Try harder, dumbass.
Anyway, chemtrails. Short answer to your question, yes, I'm right. You're wrong. They're still spraying stuff in the sky.
No, they're not.
Okay. And who pays you to say that?
Nobody.
See, the claim of conspiracy is the same flat earth logic. You just get your check from NASA. Where's the check? I'd love to get one. Could you please write to them and tell them, hey, I haven't gotten my Globe Earth shield check? It's always conspiracy with these fuckwits.
Well, then you're working for cheap. Chemtrails.
Who pays you to say that they have chemtrails?
I do my research, man. I know what I'm talking about.
Well,
No, you fucking don't, Kent.
so do I.
You do? Okay. Stay on the sidelines here. Joseph, give me a few more questions, other questions, and I'll try to find the slides on this guy, okay?
Yeah, tell them just hang out backstage.
Hang out backstage here, okay? No, that's not it. Oh, brother. See, it helps if you ask the questions in the same order that I have the answers.
Hey, it helps if you were at all competent, Kent, but you're not.
Oh, do you see it on there, chemtrails, anybody? Can you see that? I got 55,000 slides now, I think.
Yo, can you get me some of those Soros shekels? I'm in desperate need.
No. Anyway, I'll look here. Okay, go ahead. Next question, Joseph.
Yeah.
Oh, I opened up the wrong part 7. I got 2 of them. I got to get time to work on my slides.
All right, we got this guy in the studio, Doc. Victor.
Yes, who's this?
Hey, doctor, it's Victor Sappington.
Don't call him doctor. He's not a doctor. I'm more of a doctor than he is.
Victor?
Hey,
Is that what you said? Victor
Yeah.
Seckle. Yes, sir. How can I help, Victor?
I'm just big fan.
Oh my god. I hope this is fucking troll, because if we're gonna have this guy suck Kent off on stream, YouTube doesn't allow that.
Well, great. Thank you, sir. How big are you?
Oh,
Oh, wow. That's a big fan. All right. Man, look at that.
I mean, oh, I was about to say, and then it's like, wait, is that a 5-Finger Death Punch shirt? Because I was about to say, it's a cool shirt, then I'm like, wait, if it's 5-Finger Death Punch, no, it's not a cool shirt.
Let's see.
how are you, sir?
I am overworked and underpaid. I never complained about it, though. That's the good thing about me.
I was just checking out Dino Land, and man, I can't believe you got a cabin and woods and a lake and
Dead bodies everywhere. For legal purposes, that is a joke, referencing the meme about it. I do not actually believe, nor am I specifying, that there are any dead bodies buried on Dinosaur Adventureland property. Hovind is currently suing somebody over stuff like that, poorly, but nonetheless it is occurring, so for legal purposes I must stress that. Also, I'm not a lawyer, and no one advised me to do this. I'm just doing it like that because that's what I feel like doing for comedic effect.
We have 30 cabins. We have 20 motorhome hookups. We have people come from all over the place to see it. Let's see.
It's only 14 and a half hours away.
Yeah,
But
not
by
from my
car-
house. It's about 3 minutes away.
Oh.
Let's see. I
How's the
live right
water
here in the
there?
camp.
How's the
I
water?
can't believe I can't find. I very rarely do this. I haven't been asked a chemtrail question in years. So let me see
Look at it, he's more obsessed with the chemtrail thing than he is just answering questions, even though he told Joseph to go on. It's like, dude, come on. Dude's asking how the water is.
if I can. Sorry, I can't find it. I'm a little distracted. Okay, that's There's a way to sort through PowerPoint and find it by that way, isn't there? Chemtrails. Oh, brother.
Hey, Kent, here's an idea. How about you have smaller individual presentations on every single subject and you just open each one of those individually? That might be a better methodology. Then you just find them and explore. Easy.
Got me going here now. Let's see. It might do it. Anyway, yes, sir. I'm sorry, Victor. I got distracted. I do that a lot.
That's okay, sir.
All right. What was your other question?
So what? The reason for my inquiry tonight is because of my daughter's confusion right now about her faith, because she's overworking, she's swirling up here because of the confusion led by the schooling right now, teaching the evolution in class. And we take her to church, and my parents were missionaries to start off with, and I've been just totally enthralled right now. And I remember watching you during COVID, and not as sophisticated as it is now, but you were on Facebook, and I just am so tickled that
I don't like anything that this dude's doing. This is just creepy as all hell. Like, I have no idea where this shit's gonna go.
I'm speaking to you right now.
Well, call anytime, brother. I take calls day and night, and I shut the phone off when I want to go to sleep.
I know you do.
Tell your daughter to call me if you've got any questions, or have her arrange a discussion with her class. Bring me into her class by Skype. I'll talk to the teacher, answer any questions you've got.
Skype doesn't exist anymore, Kent. Also, a school bringing you in for such a discussion would be illegal. I know you don't want it to be, but it would be.
I'll defend the position that evolution is the dumbest religion in the world. There's no scientific evidence for any animal ever producing babies other than their kind. There just simply isn't any.
I just have to say the same shit over and over, even though people know my standpoints, because I love to hear myself talk. Over.
If you wish to believe it, fine, believe what you want, but it's not science. That's all. Well, I'm going to have to go with you. 4,260.
Amen.
Yeah. So, yep. Glad to help.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else? Anything else, brother?
He didn't help at all. He's just like, call me. So Kent, hang on. Earlier, you talked about you need people to call you during the show and not personally, so that whatever you say can reach as many people as possible. But in this case, rather than talk to him about her concerns, what he can relay to them, you just want her to call you directly. Kent, do you just want to talk to this guy's daughter that badly? Really? 72-year-old man wants to talk to this guy's daughter. Are you on a list as well, Kent? I mean, I know you are, but not that list.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anything else, Victor? Did I lose him?
And his audio went to shit. That's what that horrible sound was.
We lost audio. No audio. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, yes, sir. Who's this?
This is Mike in Long Island, New York. Look at this
Oh,
beautiful
Mike.
snow.
We've talked before.
No, we haven't.
We are now.
Yamato. I look like somebody out there.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
I have a question.
I'm sorry to hear about the New York part, but go ahead.
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's all right. One day I'll get one day. The text is for.
You know, these people hate where they live, but it's all places that I would like to be. Couldn't we just like trade? Here, you migrate here, I'll migrate there. Boom, done. Easy. Just how about that?
Septis. I had a question about that.
You don't want to fucking live in New York. I want a house in Niagara Falls. That the back of it is motherfucking Love Canal. And I'm actually talking about a specific house that if I somehow had the money and just had the opportunity, I'd love to have, because I like the house a lot. And I think it's really cool that the backyard is just the single ecological disaster that created the entire Superfund program. I think that's kind of cool. Plus, no one else is around, so you're not going to get annoyed by crazy neighbors. Just sorry, he brings up New York. I'm just like, wouldn't mind being in, Buffalo area. Wouldn't mind being in a lot of places.
New King James. What do you think of New King James? Because the King James, it's just it's hard to read, right? But okay. I want to make sure. Go ahead.
I would say the New King James is the least poisonous, but it's still poisonous. Go to avpublications.com, authorized version.
Once again, Kent, I ask you, who the hell authorized it? Did Yahweh pop down and just slap a big old seal of approval with his ball sack on the documents for that group? What the fuck is that shit?
AV Publications. They have a whole section on that. The King James, the language is classic. They chose to use the thee and the thou, even though it was not popular during the days of King James in 1600. They went back actually to the 1300s, because the word you in English is a confusing word. Is it singular or plural? If you walk into a room full of people and say, you come with me, nobody knows what you said. Did you say one of you or all of you?
Kent, so context is what matters here. That's part of communication. It's more than just the individual words. It's also the way they're said, body language, etc. If one speaks to the entire group, it is reasonable to imply that they want everyone's attention and it's being spoken to each individual in that group. If someone is singled out and it's a direct one-on-one conversation, like I go over to my buddy and be like, you come with me, or pick out of a group of 4 friends, one of them to go, down to, fucking Best Buy with me. That context signifies what's being spoken of. If the language was so perfect to begin with, it wouldn't be ambiguous, and people wouldn't have had to have chosen to use a more archaic form of the language to elucidate on it. from what is still translations of translations that are incorrect translations. You want to claim the other version's heretical, but actually it's the other way around, but it's all bullshit anyway, so.
So they chose if it starts with a T, thee, thou, and thine, it's singular. If it starts with a Y, you, your, and ye, it's plural. So in John chapter 3, Jesus said to Nicodemus, marvel not that I said unto thee, and then he switched and said, ye must be born again. Because otherwise it would mean I'm telling you that you got to be born again. It wouldn't apply to anybody else. So it's very important.
And it could have been phrased another way, something, you, all must be. There can be all kinds of ways to say that come across that have the exact same thing. And this is Kent thinking that translations are one for one, that a word means a word, that everything is immediately replaceable. And if you're trying to learn anything about languages, the first thing you learn is that's not how languages work. Everything doesn't just transfer over into English. It isn't all just the same exact words, but different words. Like, no, it's all about conveying ideas, which is where grammar comes into play, structuring the statements and the ideas they have into a cognizant thought.
The these and thous are important. I covered that in video
competent thought, I should say. Cognizant thought's kind of redundant.
Number 7. I'm determined to find it. Let's see. The other question I'm working on here.
That's clear up the chemtrails.
2000. Okay.
I had another question. Can I ask you one more thing?
Sure, you just did. Ask another one.
So, salvation of babies, is that biblical? And the age of reason, is that biblical?
The only clue I'm aware of from Scripture is when King David had a baby and it died. And King David said, I can't bring him back to me, but I shall go to him.
Yeah, people hang on that verse.
Yeah, that's the only one I know of that really would weigh on it.
Yeah.
So most people have taught through the centuries, and I agree with them, that there is some kind of age, and it's probably different for each child. My daughter at age 3 was brilliant, and she kept asking, Daddy, I want to get saved. I want to get saved.
She's so brilliant. Why is she still a Christian helping out your son with his stupid videos and shit?
Jesus in my heart, please, Daddy. At 3 years old. Other kids are 5 or 6 before they call it the age of accountability. There's no particular number. It's more of a mentality. Some people that are born with severe brain injury, they never reach that age. I think they all go to heaven.
I'm in Long Island, New York. I mean, I could look in any direction and there's a Catholic church. So that the age of, I was always 7. It was always the 7 years old, right? That's the age of reason. But again, that comes from, Catholic tradition.
There's no age number. It's just
and yeah, exactly. Try transferring Japanese to English word for word and you get gibberish.
It's different with each child. But are they capable of understanding and what they're doing?
Did you know Chuck Missler?
Oh, real well. Yeah, a good friend of mine. Spoke many times at conferences. Yeah, I spoke at conferences with him many times. Quite a nice house. He was great. Genius guy. He was.
Yeah. So thanks for speaking to me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good guy. All right. Well,
did Kent make a post, or one of Kent's cronies make a post somewhere telling everyone who remotely likes him to please call in to give him something for his damn show? It's just weird how we're getting all these ass kissers calling in.
Slide number 2500. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. All for one question. I try to answer the questions if I can. Anyway, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Mike, anything else?
That's it. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Well, come visit Dinosaur Adventureland. We have a blast down here. Got to be here somewhere, Joseph. Oh, well.
That's okay. You don't have to you can find it later.
I will find it later. I know, but I'll have it ready for maybe Monday night or something. But
you can join Joseph in a debate with me and Yamato, maybe.
I'll be honored. Let's see.
Yeah, you can bring up the chemtrail stuff and bring your slides.
So you're.
Sorry, I was on the side end of Discord, double checking some stuff, and apparently had a hot mic. And then I hear Yamato. I'm like, wait, who brought me up? Oh, wait, Joe's back. Yay!
You're taking your contention. What are have you not seen the sky where they're crisscross patterns, straight lines? That's just all jet trails, contrails?
Yeah, there's a lot of jets flying, Kent. There's this it gets suggested to me sometimes on YouTube or Facebook, one of the two. This dude who's just live streaming from an airport, like from a building across the way, and the position he's in is like right along the runway, and it's just wild watching aircraft just okay, it took off, next one, da da da. Like a minute later, another one's going, which is pretty damned impressive given the fact that the turbulence created by the aircraft by the first aircraft taking off would still potentially be an issue. But I guess at about a minute range, it ain't so bad. I think it's like roughly 30 seconds is the gap you want to have between stuff. Um, at least from military scramble operations, that's what I recall hearing about, and that's pushing things to the absolute limit. So
It's all contrails.
That's all just water vapor, basically.
And I forgot. Did you tell me who told you to who paid you to say that?
You asked me that already.
Oh, you didn't answer. Sure.
No, I did. This said nobody's paying me to say that.
You're working for free.
I'm doing it of my own free will.
I see. Okay. I'm just kidding. Well, sort of.
I had one more question though, if you didn't mind.
Sure.
I was wanting to know. You claimed before that, and you could supposedly corrected yourself before in person to Simon Dan that he is not an art major. In fact,
Joseph, you looked up Simon Dan. Hang on a second. One thing at a time.
Yeah.
What did you find out?
I know where he's going with this. Like, there was a difference. Daniel Rourke.
A different Daniel Rourke, who's an art major.
90 miles from him.
Okay.
I had
stop bringing up his real name, you doxing prick.
him confused. I've already apologized to Simon Dan. I don't know why this guy moves one from me.
I was wanting to just understand and know why, since you publicly would call him this and then finding out that it was false, that you wouldn't publicly apologize to him for it.
Because he's a dishonest prick. I mean, I know you know that, but it's like, this just shows it perfectly. Joe hitting all the good points.
That doesn't make any sense.
Joseph, can you hear Joseph? Can you hear Joseph?
Joe Cool.
Joe Cool. Hello, Joseph. Joe Cool. Can you hear Joseph speaking right now?
Not really, kind of.
I don't know, Kent. Maybe if Joseph got up there to the fucking mic.
Okay. Joseph did the research and said it was a different Dan Rourke. What is Dan
Right.
Rourke? What is Simon Dan's qualifications? Joseph, what did you?
It's irrelevant. You called him an art major. He's not an art major. Apologize for lying. Acknowledge that you were misinformed and that you're not as good at researching things as you and your cronies think you all are.
Fine.
Apparently, he was in school in 2017, but there's no mention of him having a degree. I gave you the benefit of the doubt of having one. That's where it makes
Okay, Joe Cool, would you tell me, does Simon Dan have a science degree?
As far as I know.
So you haven't researched it, but you believe him anyway?
I don't care whether he does or doesn't. What he's communicating is independently verifiable data.
Anyway?
I don't. You don't believe him? He put it in a video for you.
You're evading the question.
And yeah, good point. Sure, we know it's Joseph's mistake.
Do you?
No,
just like how we learned about Sandra. Sandra left Doc.
Did you research to see if Simon Dan, does he have the right to call himself Simon? Who gets to be called a scientist? If he doesn't have
It's a name. It's a nickname. It's a handle. It's an online alias, Dr. Dino. Except that's an actual title that's defined and is given by an accreditation process that you have not met. So you're usurping a title.
degree, would you agree he should stop calling himself Simon?
Now, see, it's not as bad when I do Lord Yamato, because I'm Lord of my dominion, which is the World Wide Web of the Internet. Because I declared it so. Who are you going to argue with? I'm Lord of the goddamned Internet.
No.
Oh, is it okay for me to call myself
I think
a scientist?
if you know science, I think you can call yourself a scientist, I think.
Joe, can I call myself a scientist?
That's debatable.
Well, why isn't it debatable about Simon Dan?
No, I know. Oh, I know. Dan popped into, forget whether it was my Discord or at least into a chat to acknowledge that it was a ridiculous idea. Yeah, no, I know what all Kent and his cronies did, and I'm just, that's yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to finish the statement.
Oh, because he's actually done science.
He's done science. Explain
Yeah.
what that means. Explain what that means.
He's researched science. He knows it.
Oh,
He's gone
I
to
do
school.
Too. Me too. I went to a bunch of school. I took lots of classes. I love science. Do you think evolution is part of science?
Absolutely.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, ha 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 ha. You guys all think it's funny, but it's not.
Oh my God, Joe, when you watch this, buddy, the you, God, you're killing it, bro. You're fucking killing it. The confidence you're coming at this with, and the casual confidence that you just don't give a fuck, is something I'm not wired to be able to do. I end up wearing the give a damn on my face. That's part of the problem. It would show in my voice tone. I have a hard time being relaxed like that. Oh, you got it.
There is no evidence whatsoever of any animal. What's the best evidence you have? Here we go. I found some. Wow. Look at this. Okay. Slide number 2,373. Just a minute. Joseph, let me go up my slides up here. 2373. Chemtrails.
Oh, looky. What the hell, Kent? Is it? Oh no, I was about to say, is that dinosaurs down there? And it's like, oh, that's your stupid border. Hey, Kent, are you about to say that's a single jet? Because that's the flight path of at least, from this tiny perspective, 1, 2, 3, 4 separate aircraft.
Found a chemtrail one.
I found it, yeah. Okay. Here's a picture of a plane.
That would be likely a 747 dumping fuel. That is where the fuel dumps from. The wing tanks dump from those ports towards the lower end of the wing going into the wing box. That is a fuel dump, Kent.
Can you blow that?
You know why they would dump the fuel, Kent? Because landing overweight is a bit of a problem, and if there's an emergency and you have to kind of make it a quick landing, you don't want to have all that extra weight. These things are engineered to handle exactly what stresses they need to when to optimize the design. Wow, fuel dumping. Way to go, Kent. Showing your fucking ignorance.
That up, Joseph? Are you telling me this is condensation trails coming out of the engine?
That's a fuel dump.
I don't know how much you know about
that is not condensation coming from the engine itself. That is condensation coming from the center of pressure of the wings. It's aerodynamics. That is not the same thing.
I mean, A to be like, I don't think that's the case on this, Joe. But I think in this case it's a bit mistaken. But you probably couldn't see very well what was going on. Let's just presume it's a 747. And you just get all kinds of weird images. Google search sucks. I'd have to do a little harder to try to find that exact image and exactly what it is.
And it leaves these trails.
I mean, I guess I could probably parse it through ChatGPT, but that involved me taking some effort.
All over the sky.
That doesn't leave the trails. The engines leave those trails.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll notice that the condensation comes after the engine. You don't see this stuff for a moment, and then suddenly the nice puffy clouds kind of appear because it's condensation, it's thermodynamics.
You're conflating two different things.
Do they have engines on the tail of this airplane?
Oh, I can't see that picture.
Okay. Blow it up for me, Joseph.
It's very small on my. There we go.
There
that is also.
God damn it, it's muted. Engine trail. Engine, trail. They're going to think it's coming out of the tail fins because it happens to have reached a proper temperature for condensation right about there. If the photo had been taken at any other angle, it'd be more obvious that it's completely independent.
That is also
coming out of the engine.
That is what's that? Those are coming from the engines.
They are?
They're right behind the engines. Look at that.
Wow. Okay. How about this one? A 4.
The fuck kind of Photoshop is that shit? Seriously, what the fuck photoshopping shit is that?
Engine plane leaving 6 trails. What's happening here, Joe Cool?
So you got the 2 from the engines on each side condensating. You also have that plane is obviously heavily loaded because there are vortices and vortice trails condensating on the tip of the wings.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing a little better now. Let's jump back just a hair to when it was bigger. Engine boom, engine boom, engine boom, engine boom. Okay, yeah. The location of the green circles was throwing me off. Yeah, there's the tail wingtip vortices. Yeah, so yeah, that works.
The 2 vortices and vortice trails condensating on the tip of the wings.
Okay, and this is the inside. Those are strange-looking passengers on this plane.
Ballast tanks. That's the exact stuff we were talking about. That's ballast tanks. If you were trying to flood the atmosphere with stuff, you'd have the whole damn thing filled with tankage, not a bunch of empty space with some tanks that conveniently seems to match the mass and density of humans.
You're saying these are fuel tanks for the plane. Is that what you're saying?
Inside of the plane?
That's called the inside of the plane. Yeah, they keep the outside on the outside, and the inside they keep on the inside. Okay, these large tanks here.
And note that it's lined up the same way the aisles and seat rows would be.
Those are fuel tanks? What are those for?
And why would such a vehicle be so wonderfully illuminated? What would have all that operating stuff? What would have the overhead compartments? It wouldn't have any of that because you would want to use that weight for more of whatever you're spraying in this conspiracy theorist. This is the shit about conspiracy theorists, man. They're so fucking ridiculous. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm going to ignore the fact that this is clearly a ready-to-go passenger vehicle that they just put these industrial tanks in. Oh no, I'm going to ignore that and just think that these simple little tanks are the perfect way to do whatever crazy conspiracy I think. Goes right along with the dumbasses who think jet fuel can't melt steel beams and fill its own footprint free fall speeds. Reminder, I had to deal with one of those fuckers recently. Ask for details if you don't already know.
What kind of plane is this?
Airplane.
No kidding.
Oh, Joe, I love you. I can't fault you. Just they're gonna rip into this. You came in so strong, but he managed to get you in a point where it's like your humanity came in. They feed on that kind of humanity, a level of humbleness, a level of meekness of like, hang on, I've not seen this before. I'm trying to piece this together, and they look at that as weakness because you're supposed to know everything from the get-go. It fucking sucks.
Why is it full of tanks instead of passengers?
Because they're spraying chemicals, spraying aluminum
No,
oxide.
they're not. That's obviously something else.
Oh, it's obviously.
Yep, ballast. Tell me, Kent, when you see a fuel truck on the road, is it like a flatbed with a bunch of little tanks on it, or is it just one giant tank? I believe you'll find they're all the latter. And that's the same way for any kind of quote unquote cargo craft as the chemtrail ones that y'all love to think are everywhere would be with those tank arrangements. They would be on the outside, they would have the livery of an airliner because, of course, to y'all's idea, it's all a conspiracy, so everyone has to keep up appearances. But the inside would be nothing but a giant tank filled with the fluids in question.
It can't be what we're seeing there. Okay, here we go. Chemtrails.
Well, you can't prove that what it was in those tanks.
Here we go.
Ding, ding, ding. There's the entire point. You don't know what the hell they are. Yeah, I really trust Daily Journal.
2018. What's that? 8 years ago. What are they spraying? Richmond County Daily Journal. Let's see.
They're not spraying anything.
Rochester, I'll just state that the 9/11 truther was once a friend of the channel, stayed here for a couple of months, and thinks that while they had no job whatsoever and could not get a job, thinks that telling me to not pay the utility bill to save $200 was a quote-unquote smart move. I'm going to presume that answers who I'm talking about. And I will not stop bringing up the fact that they are a 9/11 truther. Because it's fucking mental.
Human health risk assessment for aluminum, aluminum oxide, aluminum hydroxide. In the study of animals, it's important to note that a few reports have documented a pathological accumulation of aluminum in intracellular lysome-derived structures. Accumulations of aluminum in the brain of rats fed diets high in aluminum. High levels of aluminum, CNS, can lead to neurotoxicity.
Funny that, aluminum found in bioaccumulation might also coincide with the fact that we have seen through the 20th century an increase in use of aluminum for a large number of consumer goods. And much like microplastics and every other thing under the sun, it gets into the biosphere. Like, the lead that was once in your fuel and in your paint.
Let's see. So this is all, and this one too. It's nothing but condensation trails.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, the volume of compounds you're talking about for that with this supposed spraying would be so minuscule as to be virtually immeasurable at ground concentrations. That would be the worst way to poison everybody.
If you remember the movie The Wizard of Oz, they usually telegraph.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. Surrender, Dorothy. Sprayed it in the sky like chemtrails. See, the goal, so cool, is to reduce the population by any means possible, be it abortion, be it having boys protect.
And there you go. That's all it fucking is. Rosina, why is Kemp bringing up aluminum when it has nothing to do with contrails? Because in his particular chemtrail theory, it's to fight climate change. He's following that relatively recent school of thought that part of it is aluminum to fight climate change, and then also they're trying to poison us all because this shit's fucking mental.
And they're girls and girls pretend they're boys, end up not producing babies in the homosexual crowd. Okay, that's the goal. No babies. The goal is reduce the population.
That sounds like an unprovable conspiracy theory.
Well, so does evolution.
God, Kent, you're so fucking pathetic.
No, that's provable.
You believe life started from non-living material? Show me how that happened.
Yeah, abiogenesis.
Kent, that material, whatever you're drinking in there, whether it's water, I don't know, could be fucking straight vodka. That's going to become part of living material. Do you consider the water in your cells to be part of the cell? Is it part of life? What is life, Kent? Please explain. Please define life.
Biogenesis.
Because I really want to ask Kent whether viruses are or are not alive.
This is simply a word. It is not evidence.
No, they have shown in the labs how it's done and how it could have happened.
This will be a real fun debate. Call Joseph and book him. Let's see. September 24th, they will gather the United Nations to review progress toward.
I just want to double check. Am I not seeing somebody in the comments or something? Because I feel like some comments have come through that are totally have no context attached. I'm just wondering, am I missing somebody?
The United Nations goal, the agenda, sustainable development. To end poverty, protect the planet, ensure they want to reduce the population to 500 million. This has been the goal all along.
What is that, Georgia Guidestone shit? I don't fucking care about the Georgia Guidestones, Kent.
They say to reduce it to 500 million. Actually, they want to reduce it to 0. This is Satan wanting to do this. Show you.
Oh, but when God did it, it was fine. Please.
Here.
Oh,
And chemtrails are just part of it. Let's see. Right. Slide number 2350. Okay. Jacques Cousteau said, to stabilize world
I don't give a fuck what Jacques Cousteau said.
population, we have to eliminate 350,000 people a day. Jacques, you go first. Ted Turner, Communist News Network. A total world population of 250 to 300 million. 95% decline would be ideal.
Okay, don't care.
Okay.
so are you telling me that a few people saying something dumb like that means that that proves that chemtrails are real? Then that's their goal?
Yeah, that's the logic Kent's trying to say, but we won't acknowledge it. He won't say it is.
Chemtrails is just one of the many ways to reduce the population. Yes, I will take the stand. I believe that the chemtrails
There's
are
no
not
proof for that.
Okay.
There's no
Believe what you
proof for that. You can believe what you want, but it doesn't make it true.
So you believe they're venting these trails coming out of this plane. They're venting the wings, the humidity in the wings. Is that what you said?
You literally don't comprehend anything, Kent. You have no listening comprehension skills.
No, so it's aerodynamics. So when you have high pressure underneath the wings, and that's how airplanes fly. So
Right.
when you get high humidity and high load under that wing, it will create those trails underneath the wing.
Right.
And it's water vapor. It's water vapor condensing underneath the wings.
And what about this coming off the tail?
And yeah, I mean, that's the same picture you already showed, Kent. He explained that's the engine. It's not coming off the tail, you fucking prick. It's called a select photo that happened to be taken at that particular angle. And any other angle you see a two-engine jet like that, like a 767, what have you, Airbus A300, I don't know. You're gonna get condensation at about that distance at some of your reasonable velocities and altitudes. And from that particular angle, it's going to look like it's coming out of the tail because you're a conspiracy nut.
Now, is that...
CNN quip is pathetic. I wish there was a communist news network. I'd watch the hell out of that shit.
Well, that one's a little hard to tell exactly what's going on.
It's the same 3 pictures, Joe. I know you can't see anything from Hoven's end, but don't let him get to you. It's the same 3 pictures. He's just putting them up again, knowing that you can't see them, to try to mess with you.
But it could be from the engine. It could be condensing right after that tail, and you only see it right after that.
Okay, now these slides I put together, these are 20 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, these are 20 years ago. So the 2-engine aircraft is probably, well, it could still easily be a 767, 757, or 767 without question. Could be an Airbus. I don't know my Airbus as well. I know the A380 is a 4-engine monster that only Emirates bought.
Okay. I'll do some research and update.
And I like the A380 from what I've seen.
To more modern slides. This is not something I typically cover in my seminar, but I appreciate.
Well, that slide right there, I would want to know what was in those tanks and why they had them in there. What was going on? That's what I want to know. Well,
Okay,
if you just have a photo, all you have is a photo of tanks in an airplane. That doesn't mean that they're holding some kind of chemical to spray in the air.
Right, you're right. All you have is a statement that you don't believe it. Okay. So, I do.
Well, I have proof and evidence that shows where they come from and why.
You have proven evidence. You made a statement that it's condensation from changing air.
No,
I understand.
I know that for a fact because I have gone to school for aviation. I know what happens.
Okay. Well, good. I'll get some more stuff ready for Monday night, or probably be next Thursday. But okay. Anything else, Joe? Topic? Is that
no, that's it.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Joseph. What else?
This guy.
Way to cut him off while he's talking, pricks.
I think he wants to finish up about his daughter.
Say that. I didn't hear you. What now?
This guy wanted to finish up, but he's gone now.
Oh, he wanted to come back?
Yeah.
Okay.
He muted himself by accident, I think so.
Ah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Chris, would you call that a prediction? Let's find out. So, try to remember that, and when we do stream, do cover next week, see what happens.
Some questions if you want to ask them.
All right. Please show the way the Holy Spirit guide you for our Lord. Please can show them the way the Holy Spirit guide you for our Lord Jesus Christ. Neil, thank you. I appreciate that. With some people, the Bible says you smite the scorner, and the simple will beware. Sometimes you have to take the Elijah approach. He mocked.
I'm going to scorn the smiter.
The prophets of Baal. Jesus mocked the people accusing him sometimes. He called them vipers and snakes. Yeah, hypocrites. Sometimes you're nice to. I try to be kind to people, okay? But some people, you have to verbally smack them. They're not getting.
You're not kind at all, Kent.
It any other way. All right. Thank you. Controversial climate intervention research proposal known as solar radiation management or solar geoengineering. The method of stratospheric aerosol injection. Yep, there it is. You're right, Matthew. Appreciate that.
Wow, a research proposal is totally fact. Wow. Also, as my commenters are bringing up, it'd be idiotic to do anything like that, like just poison the air in that way, because the people would be behind this would be harming themselves as well. Makes no sense whatsoever.
Like I said, my slides are 20 years old. Nathan.
Yeah, we know.
What do you think of supposedly 66 million year old Triceratops skull they found? I think it's 4,500 years old. It was buried in the flood.
Wow, Nathan, you don't know much about Kent, do you?
Probably the flood made nearly all the fossils we find in the world in that 1 year flood. And we speak about the people saying that if you've had, I can't read it, a COVID shot that changes your DNA.
Christ. Fucking nut jobs. Vaccines do not work like that. DNA does not work like that. None of this works like that.
I've heard that. I don't know that, Tony. There's other people.
You don't know anything.
I want to talk to Patrick Urish up in Pennsylvania. He's one of our trustees. Urish, Y-U-R-I-S-H, and then I-H-P for International Health. Put his thing up there, would you, Joseph? Patrick Urish. Let's see. Yeah, call Patrick. He would probably know more about that question than I would. Okay.
Hell, someone's spanking it in the background. What was that?
I think it may, but they're saying the Holy Spirit will not recognize those that have taken the shot. Ooh, I don't buy that part of it. Once you're saved, you are saved. You can't get out of it. Once you're born into your dad's family, you got his DNA, and you can't change it. You can disappoint your dad. You can frustrate him. You can make him want to smack you, but you can't. You're his son. Okay.
You can make him beat you outside the dentist's office, and then laugh about it.
I'm God's child. He's stuck with me. Okay. Read it back. All right. Sounds good. Yes, sir.
Hey, I just opened it up, the KJV, and I wanted to tell you, I wanted a scripture.
Okay.
This is
Good God. These people.
Isaiah chapter 10, verses 10. So that's...
Oh, Isaiah. You mean the next part of the Bible that Kent isn't getting to in his read-through?
Okay.
10. That's my number, Doc.
You read me a reference.
Okay, that's great. My number's 8. So what?
Isaiah 10:10. I don't understand any question in there at all.
No, it's not a question, but it's actually a a decree. Oh, it's actually not a decree. It's actually a warning of people who make decrees. Of decrees of unrighteousness.
Oh, I have to use my Bible that is 60 years old and falling apart in my hands as I speak.
Oh,
I don't have my new
you got me beat.
Isaiah 10:10.
Yes.
As my hand hath found the kingdoms of the idols and those graven images that excel them.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You read it to me. What verse are you talking about?
I'm saying, okay. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Ah, okay. Chapter 10, verse 1. Okay.
Yeah, this dude's pathetic. Cares more about Ken Hovind than he does his own wife and kid. Unless he's, divorced, which wouldn't surprise me.
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, how does that tie into what we're talking about?
I don't know. I think it ties in because of the people that you're battling. You're doing mental chess with. You're the people.
Mental chess, please. This man is playing checkers with jelly beans.
It's kind of like saying woe to them.
Well, I know full well some of the atheists I debate, et cetera, or questions, it's not going to reach them, but it helps thousands of other people.
Yes.
That's why I do it.
God bless you.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, let's quit. Nothing tomorrow. Sunday morning, we'll be talking about another Bible character, Real Joseph.
Is it going to be Aaron again?
I've been on a roll for this one for 4 days now.
No.
I can't sleep at night. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. I'm going in alphabetical order through Bible characters. Abednego.
Really? And yet you start. Oh no, wait, you are because you started with Aaron. Okay.
You're gonna
You couldn't. You could try harder, buddy.
like this one. See you Sunday morning. Bye.
Drop dead. Oh my fucking Christ! Fuck, oh, mother of Christ, we fucking made it. Pigeon chess. Yeah, pigeon chess at best. Figured he was messing with Kent. Yeah, no, I thought he might have been. I was waiting for it, but nope. Oh, that was a load of shit. Aaron and the Imaginary Egyptian Adventures. Rated R. Rated NC-17. NC-69. $4.99 super chat from Tyler, aka Pluto Pilot. Ask Kent why they would put tanks of poisonous gas in the cabin areas. I guess they opened the windows to create those trails. Totally. That's exactly it. That is exactly it. Try harder would require Kent to try in the first place. Exactly. Oh, Mimi, you. Oh, my cat wants out of the room. The special needs one. Give me a moment. There you go. She can go use the litter box and then immediately want back in. I have crazy cats. Yeah, that was extremely painful. Wow, it was a 2-hour stream, but hey, we made it. And I was going to do some more stuff, but man, a 2-hour stream, I'm not quite feeling like anything more. So what I'm going to do is finish this. You double check a few things on the World Wide Web of the internet. I need to excerpt the clip of why I say that. It's a Jason Scott reference. Look up Jason Scott. Exactly you think it'd be spelled. That time I got sued for $2 billion and watch that video. And you'll see where I get the World Wide Web of the internet thing from. Yeah. Probably gonna play some Guild Wars, maybe fire up Minecraft, just, goof around a little bit. As usual, I'll be in the Discord. Links down in the description. Yamato engage. Much love, as always. Thank you all for the super chats. Thanks for any other support you have provided. Be sure to like the video, share it, and all that jazz. Make Al Gore's rhythm happy or something. And catch y'all next time.